we did last week. We got all these reds. We got a lot of green. On my wallet, it was 11-3, and we got a parlay. So I was like plus 6 units or something like that, maybe plus 9 units. Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. I was muted. I'm a bot. But yeah, we did really well last week. We got the Indiana lock, and then we got 14 wins, 10 losses, and 1 push, bringing our season total to 83-73-1, which is great. And then locks 11-3. So if you only follow the locks, you're doing really well. So let's get into week 6. Also, how about them gritty Tigers? The LSU Tigers? They're not doing too bad. I assume you're talking about LSU. All right, week 6, y'all. I already have bet. Hell no. Which one are you talking about? You talking about Missouri? Oh, Detroit. Okay. Detroit Tigers are on a run right now. They might just win it all. They might. You know, there's a stat out there where, like, they're the 4th team to come from 10 games behind to make the playoffs and win their series. All those teams won the World Series. Yeah, hottest team in all baseball. That's right. They got a good staff, too. They got Scooball. They got good pitching. They got good hitters. They got what you need. I have already bet the Sam Houston State -10 tonight. So that is my play for today. I did not get a play in on Texas State. So I jumped in on the Sam Houston -10. You can get in on it right now, chat. If you're quick, it starts in 23 minutes. Sam Houston State's just a lot better. I mean, they're 4-1. UTEP's really bad. It's a system play. Tomorrow, I would probably go with Jackson State, but I'm going to stay away from that game. I'm doing well, Kamikaze Mad Max. How you doing? Doing really good. I think Houston might be one of the worst Power 5 teams in the country right now. So they really only play defense. They don't know how to play offense. So I kind of see TCU covering this here. It's a lot of points. But I think they can do it. I mean, Iowa State 120-0 last week over Houston. I would take the Horned Frogs here, but I don't love it. But here's a play I do like. UNLV Syracuse. Syracuse gave up a lot of points to Holy Cross last week. Well, I got news for you, Syracuse. UNLV is no Holy Cross. They are ranked for a reason. They're really good. They're much better than Holy Cross. So give me the over and UNLV money line. I think this line has gotten out of control. If it goes above 7, I'd stay away completely. But I think this line has gotten a little bit out of control. I would have been a player at 3 for sure on UNLV. But I think the over is a better play here, and maybe UNLV money line if you want to parlay that together. Not too shabby. Getting ready to go to Kansas this weekend and do some pheasant hunting. Okay, that sounds fun. I assume you've had successful runs before. Oregon, Michigan State, my alma mater. Oregon Ducks haven't looked the part this year. Every time they're favored big, it seems like they don't cover this year. Last week they probably should have covered, but they had a pick 6 right before half. Basically handed UCLA points. Their only touchdown of the game was a defensive touchdown. So they would have covered had that not happened. This is a mismatch. Oregon is a big mismatch for Michigan State, but here's the problem. Jonathan Smith hates Oregon because he's a Beaver alumni, and he now coaches Michigan State. So I think this is an automatic stay-away game. Unless you can get a better number. No, it's 23.5 on both sites. I think you just stay away from this one. I could see the under hitting here as well, because I don't know if Michigan State is going to score. They might score 7. They might score 10. I don't know. I don't know if I think the under is the play here, chat. If you're going to play this game, I'd play the under. I don't think Michigan State's going to help you with the over. I'm staying away from that. I like Missouri to cover against Texas A&M. I just think I don't know why they're underdog in this game. I know Texas A&M's home. I just think Missouri's better, so give me the Tigers. I don't think MSU gets many points against Oregon. I don't either. I don't think Oregon can cover. They might, but I know for sure Michigan State's not going to get that many points. They're turnover prone, and once they get to the red zone, they kind of stall, it seems like. Good game here, SMU and Louisville. I think I could see it going either way here. I would lean Louisville, but I'm not going to have an official play on that one. Purdue's pretty bad, but can Wisconsin beat anybody by 14? They kind of have a letdown spot here after losing to USC last week. So I lean Wisconsin here, but I don't feel great about it. Do we have a better number by chance? We do not. You know, maybe you buy this down to -10 and go Wisconsin here to make it easier on yourself. But I'm actually going to have no play. I might end up buying down to 10. Desynced, how we doing? How we doing, Desynced? Virginia, Boston College. This is sneaky. So Boston College is without Castellanos, their quarterback. So for that reason, I kind of lean Virginia. I kind of lean Virginia here because BC's on the backup. I'm here just wanted to say sorry when I missed your chat during my speed run. Oh, you're good, man. You're getting plenty of it. I'm doing great, man. It's the weekend. I love that we're having good weather. Ready to touch some grass this weekend, watch some football. All right, so I lean Virginia here. Be careful with this one. Be careful there because backup quarterback situations can get hairy. Here's a game I do like. I like the Pittsburgh Panthers to beat North Carolina. I just don't think North Carolina's that good this year. They're also on their backup quarterback. Their ace got hurt game 1 this year, so they kind of have had bad luck. Just don't think they're that good. I think Pitt's decent, so give me Pitt and the points there. Can we get a better number over here? You always want to shop around, chat, see if you can get yourselves a better number. A little bit of an advantage. Go Pitt. I think SMU gets it against Louisville. I think SMU's sneaky good. They are good. And here's what I would advise with that game. If you can get a +7.5, I think there's value on SMU there. That full point is huge. Because if Louisville wins by 7, you still cover. Or not, if Louisville wins, you know what I'm saying? If you think SMU wins, I think that's a great money line sprinkle. You get some extra cash that way. I don't think North Carolina State's that good. Here's another money line sprinkle situation. If you like Wake Forest to win the game, not a bad play. I personally am going to stay away from this game, but I would lean with the Demon Deacons to cover. James Franklin always knows what the spread is at Penn State. I don't know if I'm going to end up taking this. It's a large number. 28 over here. I would almost take UCLA to cover this. They covered against Oregon. They've covered against... I think they covered against LSU. Some reason tells me that they might cover here. They're going to lose, but I feel like they lose by 21. I don't know. I see a backdoor cover situation here. I'm not going to play it. I might check the Discord on Saturday. Here's a game I love. Here's a lock. First lock of the week, chat. We're 11-3 on locks. Can you give me a reason why we shouldn't bet against Army right now? They're undefeated. They've covered in every game. And quite frankly, it's not even close. A lot of times they're covering by 10 plus points. So why are they getting disrespected here against Tulsa? 11.5? Are you kidding me? Have you watched Tulsa? I think Park Rose High School in Oregon can beat Tulsa. Army is going to manhandle them. I think this gets ugly. I think they win by at least 17. Give me Army all day. What are we doing here? Rivalry, Navy, Air Force. Navy looks really good this year. Air Force looks really bad. But it's a rivalry game. So sometimes you throw out the records because they don't matter in rivalry games. But I tell you what does matter: talent. And Navy's got it. Air Force graduated all of it last year. So I do like Navy to cover here. I like it even better if you can get a 7, maybe buy down to 7 here. Principal plays to take the under whenever service academies are going against each other, but this is a really low number. Oh, it's 10 up here now. Wow, so people are going on Navy. And it's 37's the over-under here, so money's coming in on the over. I think this number is awfully low. I can see Navy covering this by themselves, and that's what makes me nervous. I think this is one year where the system play of taking the under for the Service Academy games does not actually happen. I'm not going to take it this year. I'm going to take Navy instead. I would lean Tulane there, but I'm staying away from that. App State, I don't even know if they've practiced this week because of the flooding. So I would be careful with that game. Marshall, same thing. I'm sure they're in the Appalachians as well in West Virginia. So be careful with some of these schools that got hammered by the hurricane. They may not have practiced much this week. I actually like South Carolina, the Cox, to cover here. Plus 9.5. I think home spot, Ole Miss, is in their heads a little bit after losing to Kentucky, surprisingly last week, at home. Now they go on the road to a hostile environment. Give me Cocky to cover the 9.5. Can we get a 10 by chance? Probably not. No, 8.5. It's getting worse. Get on it now, chat. Get on it now before it changes. 9.5. Auburn, Georgia. It looks like a lot of money coming in on Auburn. Georgia coming off an emotional game last week. Heartbreaking loss to Alabama. They were down big. They came back. Then they took the lead, lost. And this is another rivalry game, but they're at home. But for some reason, every year that Georgia is a juggernaut, they don't cover against Auburn. So I'm going to go with that historical trend here, even though Auburn's bad. And I'm going to say Georgia wins this by maybe 14, maybe 17. I think Auburn cover this game. The line was 23.5, so lots of money coming in on Auburn. And sometimes they're right. Sandwich spot here for Stanford. Had to play Clemson last week. Now they get Virginia Tech at home. But what's on deck? Oh, they got Notre Dame next week. Ultimate sandwich spot. Might be looking ahead to Notre Dame, a rival. So you might look at Virginia Tech here. I would lean that way. I would probably just take the Virginia Tech to win the game, honestly. D-Sync, you should be on the radio. Great commentary and not repetitive. Sports show. Appreciate that, D-Sync. I mean, that's the retirement goal, honestly, when I retire from dev work, is to go into something sports related, like bracketology or something. That's the goal. Retire from the day job at like 60, and then from 60 to like 65, do something sports related. That's the dream. East Carolina, I like my Pirates here, but that's a lot of points for them to lay. They looked really good against Liberty last week, but I don't know if I can lay that many on the road at Charlotte. We don't know how much the hurricane affected East Carolina as well. Probably not, but I know they definitely got rain. All right, here's another lock this week, chat. Indiana, we are not getting off of that wagon until it crashes. They're covered every damn week. And if you add that up, $10 every week, you're up $40. If you've bet $100 on them every week, you're up $400. I'm not going to crash the train yet, so I'm taking Indiana again. I think they're undervalued here. Northwestern's not very good. They play good defense, but they can't score. So give me Indiana here. I think they win like maybe 24-10, maybe 24-9. I don't know, something like that. I'm done picking Ohio State games. Every week I pick against them, they cover. Every week I pick for them, they don't cover. So I'm done. So I'm not even going to look at them. They're one team I can't figure out this year. I think this is an under spot. Nebraska and Rutgers play good defense. So I like the under here. Can we get a 41 by chance? You want to shop around, get your best numbers here. Nah, it's 40 over there too. Probably not bad value on the Rutgers +7, honestly. If that gets to 7.5, you take it, chat. You take that 7.5. I am torn on this, though. I almost just lean Nebraska money line because Rutgers is undefeated. They're pretty good. But I like the under better here. This is going to be a good game. This might be one of the best games of the weekend without a ranked team being played. I don't know what to do with that game, and you guys probably should not bet that game because you got backup quarterback. You don't know where West Virginia's heads are at, so that's ultimate stay away. A lot of money coming in on Vanderbilt. That was a 24-point spread with Bama. Well, guess what, chat? Bama covers 80% of the time coming off of a win against a top 10 opponent. I don't see why we would go against that trend, so give me the Crimson Tide to blast Vanderbilt here. Oregon State is a lot better than the experts think. I don't know if they can cover this big of a number. I mean, they beat Purdue by 10 or 14 or something like. No, they beat Purdue by 17. Purdue's got to be better than Colorado State, right? Give me the Beavers. I like 10 better, obviously. I might parlay that down to 10 with somebody else. But yeah, I think the Beavers is the right side there. I think you got to keep betting the Clemson overs. I mean, they've gone over the total 3 straight times. So I would lean Clemson over here. Maybe they can hit it by themselves. I don't know. I mean, really, if you just get 10 points from Florida State, it's probably going to hit. So I like the over in this game, 46.5. Clemson's been hitting the over a lot lately. I'll lean Coastal Carolina here. Old Dominion's a little down. Coastal Carolina, yeah, I think they can win it by 7 at home. So I like the Chanticleers there. James Madison, possible letdown spot here. UNL Monroe is a lot better than they have been. But I think James Madison's really good. I like this better at 14. So I'm going to refrain for now. But if this gets down to 14 come Saturday, you know I'm hitting it. Staying away from that. Here's another lock of the week, chat. Third lock of the week. Tennessee is going to beat Arkansas by more than 14. It's going to happen. Arkansas is going to have the place jumping because they got a top 5 opponent in town. But I think Tennessee's going to be too much. Arkansas turns the ball over a lot. I don't think they're going to be able to guard the athletes out in space that Tennessee has. And Tennessee has a really good line. So despite the injuries, I like the Vols here to win by like 17, maybe even 20. So give me the Vols. Another lock. We need to get a graphic that pops up on the lock picks for people watching on YouTube. Staying away from that. But I think Baylor might have quit on their season. Low key. What's the Baylor team total? 15.5. I like the Baylor team total under here. I would have liked this more if it was 16.5. But give me the Baylor team total under. I think they only get 14 here, maybe 10. Iowa State's defense is really good. So give me the Baylor team total under. Where were we? Michigan should not be underdog in this game. I've seen Washington play this year. I don't think they're that good. Their kicker's kind of struggling right now. So give me the Wolverines here. I don't know why Washington's favored. I really don't. Michigan's played a lot tougher opponent so far. Washington was exposed last week against Rutgers. They already lost to Washington State. This isn't the same Washington team from last year that was in the championship. This is a rematch of the championship last year. But Michigan has retained a lot more of their guys and more talent than Washington did. So I like the Wolverines here, even though it's on the road. Joe Public, everybody's going to go on USC here. And it looks like they are. They're at 9 over there already. USC is a pass-heavy team, but Minnesota defends the pass really well. I could see Minnesota covering this. So I'm going to actually take, I hate doing this, but I'm going to take Minnesota plus 9. I think USC can win the game for sure, but I just think 9's a lot. This is almost a lock, but I'm not going to quite call it that. And this is maybe a unit and a half. Give me the Golden Knights of UCF to come into Florida and beat them by more than 3. They're just a lot better. Florida is on a sinking ship right now. UCF, they're pretty good. They've only lost once. I think they're going to win that one by 3 to 7, somewhere in that range. I like Georgia Tech here to cover against Duke. No analysis. They're just better. I like the under in this game. Neither team can score. They're all defensive-focused teams, and for that reason, I'm going under 40. I don't know if either team gets to 20, so I see like a 17-14 game. Give me the under all day. Here's another game I like. We'll put this in the... Yeah, let's put it in the lot category, chat. Can we get a better number? 10.5, I'm going Cal. And the reason why, even though Miami's number 8 in the country, and Cal has not been a football school in the past decade, really. But Cal was pretty decent this year. They played good defense. They already beat Auburn. They almost beat Florida State. Not sure what happened in that game. But Mario Cristobal is known for Cristobaling. He's going to have a blunder at some point. It almost happened last week against a worse opponent in Virginia Tech. Cal, their coach is familiar with Cristobal when he was at Oregon. So I just see Cal keeping this close. Maybe even win. If you want to get really ballsy and put a few bucks on Cal to win the game, not a bad idea. But I think Cal is going to cover this number. Especially get it before it drops to plus 10. That plus 10.5 is important. It's a key number there. So yeah, I think Cal, because Miami's got to come all the way over to Berkeley. Long plane ride. They don't have the home fans there. Kind of a sleepy atmosphere. I think Cal covers. I also like Arizona to cover against Texas Tech. Texas Tech is Jekyll and Hyde. They play really well at home. They don't on the road. Arizona's a good team. They beat Utah last week, so I think they win by just enough to get you over the number there. And that's it. So, all right, chat, bet responsibly. I'm not responsible for your wins and losses, but I am making you money this year. I am making you some money. So, yeah, make sure you don't throw the whole mortgage on your bets, though. You know, keep it small and keep it legal, right? It's legal in my state.